I mean, like sometimes like people kind
Exactly.
of they think to themselves like, oh, I think this is a good idea for me, so they go through with it, and then it's like, well, no, what do you feel? Like, is it something that you think is good for
Yeah.
you or not? And other
Yeah.
people will accept you for that. I think that's really
Yeah.
important to do because as a leader, like okay, a true leader is someone who understands the people that they're with, right? Like the people in their groups, and maybe they're the ones who make the final decisions or they're decisive, but it's not because they have to make the decision, right? It's because they see something and think to themselves, do I like this idea? Okay, I'm choosing to do it for myself, you know? So it like in a
Definitely.
way, even being a follower can like even following someone can still be you being a leader within yourself. Because if you're being like a sheep and just saying, I'm gonna just go this way,
Yeah.
that's wrong.
No,
Because you
because you're
can't
not
just
even
keep
thinking.
yeah, you can't just follow someone blindly. But if even if you're following someone, you can still be a leader because in yourself you're saying, I agree with what this person says and I think it's the right way to go. Just so happens that this person had the idea or whatever the
Possibly
motivate whatever it
true.
is, the
So if you're
initiative.
aware, then it's awareness. Then do you think awareness is key? If you know what you're following, then it's your decision. So if it's your decision, then you're not really a follower, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's exactly like what we're just seeing right there. You have to understand yourselves and listen like within your because
Yeah.
if you have someone who's coming in and saying, oh, this is this, and then you're saying, okay, 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 and you're not thinking to yourself, oh, I'm listening. You're just listening because that's your manager or that's your leader. So that's all you're gonna do. You're just making that decision because someone else made
Yes.
the
No.
decision. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're just coming up to a thing. But then, the only way you rise up in the world is if you actually if you actually like have someone giving you a decision or someone saying something, and then you think to yourself like, do I agree? Do I not agree? What's the pitfalls here? Disadvantage, advantage? Okay, maybe I'll mention how this gets better. Maybe this is, something that we
Oh,
can do
that's
to get.
nice. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I like to bring passion, energy to anything I do. But I mean, it's something that I
Great.
think is like
Yeah.
it's really important, because you have to. If you're not standing up and thinking, wait,
That's true, Mahini. Sorry.
but
Yeah.
sorry.
No, I was just saying that's true, Mahini. She said it's being intentional about the people you surround yourself with. That's another
I,
part as
absolutely.
well.
I mean, I
Sorry.
make it. No, I do make it an absolute point for me that like when I have certain people in my life or certain friends and stuff, if I start to get annoyed or something, I kind of look back and say, like, do I really have to give this person the time of day or the effort, or is this person leading themselves down a wrong path or like bringing me along into something I don't really want to be with? Then I can just
Mm.
remove myself from that thing. We feel like we have to, fit in with our friends or fit in with certain people because we think, that's the right way to be.
Oh,
But that's not really the right way to be. Like what you should do is you should think, is this something I agree with? You know what I mean? Or is this person someone I agree with having in my life because they help me see things clearly, or they provide some sort of value? Although that kind
yeah,
of
some
gets away from the conversation a little bit.
no, but it's all connected, isn't it? Everything's connected with it. This conversation can go um,
Yeah,
anyway,
absolutely.
but
Yeah, yeah.
but I think you do need courage as well, don't you? I think you need a lot of
Absolutely.
courage to ask yourself those questions. Well, not okay. Ask yourself those questions, but courage to actually listen to your answers. Maybe. Do you need courage? Do you think
Yeah.
it's courage you need? Yeah.
I think it's courage, and I think it's also like telling yourself like I should listen. You know what I mean? Like because a lot of times, like when we react, like a lot of times we react to certain things emotionally, and it's hard, and sometimes we don't realize that emotions and certain reactions are our body subconsciously telling us something. You know what I mean? Like when someone
Yeah.
says something and then you become
Yeah.
angry, or someone, or you react like, oh, I'm not happy with this, or you feel even depressed with how your life's going, whatever. That's your body telling you you're not listening. You're not, you
Something
know what I mean?
is not.
Yeah, because you're following through on something that you're not happy with because you're not doing, because you're thinking to yourself, this is the right decision, where your body's literally yelling at you, this is not the right decision. This is something you need to change. So that's something that you need to be acutely aware of. Your body is really telling you what things are. And it does take courage to kind of look back at yourself and think, is this something I want to do? Because a lot of times I think people get scared to just admit that they don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm with certain friends or certain people, and I think, yeah, you want to come on with this? Oh yeah, and I'm just like, I can see the hesitation. I don't think you like
Yeah,
it.
but
It's
you know,
okay if you don't.
you can feel the energy. It doesn't matter if their
And I'm
energy.
looking at them and I'm like, just say you don't want to come along, or say that you don't approve of this, or it's not really your thing. I mean, it's not that big a deal to me. It's not a big deal to you. It's just, it's your opinion, it's your choice, it's your decision, and we'll respect that. And if,
You're
and ultimately, and I think it's also like on top of the courage, a little issue that we have kind of in society, in certain places. I'm not saying with everybody, but in a lot of ways, a lot of people won't respect other people's decisions. Sometimes we look at someone's decision and tell them like, oh, that's just like, come on, that's the dumb decision. It's like, well, no, I mean, does he have a reason? If it's a good reason, then let him have it. So I think sometimes like we kind of weed out that courage because we don't let them even have their opinion, or let
That's
them be free with what their
judge,
opinions
yeah,
is.
judgmental. Maybe do you
Yeah,
think
it's
people who judge maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people are judging, or people are kind of like thinking to themselves like, oh, so like that's weird that you feel this way. It's like, I mean, it's not that weird. Someone can decide to be religious, or someone can choose to be, have a certain political opinion. It's fine. It's your choice. It's about, kind of allowing that person to be there. And also, I think it's good because you get to hear different perspectives. Even if it's something I don't agree with, you might say something, or you might have an opinion where I'm like, you know what, I may not be someone who does this, but I can understand why someone would do this. So maybe I would find something that gives me that similar kind of gratification or feeling or something like that. That's where I would kind of go with that. But I don't know. I
Exactly.
mean, how do you,
No, I guess it's about being open-minded as well, isn't it? And I think once you've accepted yourself and you don't judge yourself, then you're like that with other people as well. If you can
yeah,
accept yourself, you're more likely to accept others. Um,
yeah, absolutely. And your confidence within that self is what gives you that.
yeah, and you don't need everybody to agree with you or have the same opinion as you. You're okay being different, you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Whereas some people maybe think if I'm different, then there's something wrong with me, or people will think there's something wrong with me.
Well, because they want to feel